Hello.
Hello.
And welcome. This is episode 89 of the NgoVo Convo podcast where two stupids make a hype.
That's right.
Right.
Hype.
I'm right because it's hype.
It's hype.
Wow.
So hype.
Yes. And I'm one of your hosts, NgoVo, and I'm joined by Harrison O. He's over there. That way.
Hello.
And if you're new here, we both just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics. But we're also just really trying to clean out this never-ending backlog, especially for Harrison.
Yes. This one, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. And because some would say this is conversing.
Like NgoVo
Wow.
Convo and NgoVo Convo. Spelled right over there.
Oh my goodness.
Here
The
on
logo's
YouTube,
above
you can see.
Harrison's head. He'll be pointing per usual.
Hey.
You can watch every episode on youtube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice. We're on 10 different platforms, 10 plus.
10 plus.
10 plus.
10 plus.
Find us everywhere. Everywhere. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-Kun, Season 2.
Season
because
2?
we've already reviewed Season 1.
What date?
Wow, yes. We'll link in the description. I forget what episode number it is. But
Yeah. Same.
it was I think last year. So if you haven't finished this series, or Season 2 at least, go watch it. Come back. It's about 21 episodes, so probably a whole weekend. So a weekend affair. Like this video, put us on another tab. Come back to us in a day or two after you've watched it.
Easy.
But also, we're sponsored by Anchor, which we'll get into later. But Harrison, actually, before we even get to anything, Season 2 aired April 17th through September 11th, 2021.
Oh.
And yeah, so just to preface, Season 3 is out and almost done. Season 3 started this past fall.
Yeah.
Fall 2022.
I've not seen any of it, personally.
I've seen 4 episodes, but
Okay.
I wanted to wait until it finished to like binge watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and so Season 2 has 21 episodes. So, like I've said earlier, it's a weekend affair. But Harrison, what are some non-spoiler thoughts or curiosity before you watch Season 2? What did you want to know?
I have way more favorite characters after this season. And we'll talk about it in the spoilers because I don't want to say it yet, just in case, because I don't remember some parts. Yeah. A lot of it's actually kind of just revealing, and it's just funny moments, and I thought it was great. I think this is a fun follow-up to Season 1, and I think it doesn't always lean into the school part at times, but then it does in a way that.
No, but this one did a little bit.
This
more.
one felt like it dealt with it more in a sense.
Yeah.
Like a lot more big events in the school. I guess that's a better way of saying it. Big events
Yeah.
in the school, and I think half of the season was outside of this one. This one was, but that was. We'll talk about it again. Because I think this is broken up to 3 parts essentially. But
yeah,
it was fun. I think it's just a really fun watch. Like, I think what turned me off initially was just the title, and it honestly, and even
the Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-Kun.
yeah, but it was like I had you, my brother, and like a couple other people kept saying, "Oh, this is pretty good." I was like, "Okay, cool. It's a fun. It's a slice of life at this point."
It's a slice of life, I think, and
Somewhat.
school. It really depends. Yeah.
I know for sure it's a shonen, if anything, or it's more the demographics were shonen, right?
Yeah.
So, and I guess it's isekai to some extent, but it's more school. Isekai because it's a different world. Like he's in a different world.
Yeah, he got adopted into a different world. Yeah.
But he has no powers.
No, this was super cute.
Yeah.
I feel like the sequel was like it continued from where 1 left off.
Yes.
It might have been like a little slow getting into like certain like how Season 1 ended, but it still got into it.
Mm-hmm.
It just got into it a little later.
Oh, that's
which
right.
was
The hook. The hook
Yeah,
at
the
the end of
hook.
Season 1.
Yeah,
Which was essentially,
yeah.
if you've probably seen Season 1 at this point. Iruma goes into his demon, or had it like a demon-like phase, and it was weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it called?
Not, Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
Evil Cycle.
Evil Cycle.
Evil Cycle. Yes.
I was about to be like Demon Cycle. I don't remember.
No, Evil Cycle, which is like his like more confident, like personality.
From the sound of it, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like he sounded like a delinquent, if anything more.
He is a delinquent when he's in his Evil Cycle.
Well, like based on the season 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting too excited.
Oh yeah, there's more. We got to see a lot more students and senseis and teachers and just stuff. It was really fun.
It has the My Hero Academia effect. Like it has Boku no Hero effect, in that you get exposed to the classmates a lot more.
Oh yeah, that is true. You know what I mean?
But I guess in this one, it doesn't feel as bad because I think the show isn't as serious anyway. So I'm not super like, oh, I need to see more Iruma. Like,
yeah,
you know,
or like power ups,
or power, you know. So it's just this one's like you get exposed and it's pretty cool. Yeah, I had fun.
I agree.
You same?
No, I had a lot of fun rewatching this. I realized how much I truly enjoyed this series after like rewatching clips and like episodes. I was like, this is why the feel good's here.
I did send a lot of like screenshots, or not
you
screenshots.
Did.
I sent a lot of stuff off my phone and then just snapped it over to you guys. And it's like, look, oh my god, this is hilarious.
And if you guys remember from our review on season 1, he accidentally watched like 2 episodes from this season.
Yes.
I believe like episode like 19 and 20 or something. 20. So I think when Harrison snapped that part and he watched 21, he was like, yeah, if I watched episode 21, I would have like, which was the final episode, I would have like
100%. Totally I would have been like
spoiled himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got very lucky that 19 and 20 were just very slice of life, like
it was like filler
very filler,
life. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But now watching it, I was like, context makes way more sense now.
Yeah, the context, yeah. But you got super lucky, just how everything like played out.
Because season 1, I watched when they were at Clara's house, just visiting, but not staying over.
And this season was 19, the same thing. Was 19 and 20.
But for different reasons.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, I guess they're still here, even though something big just happened. This doesn't make sense. But yes, no, good, well, makes sense.
Yes, would recommend the series. So go watch it if you haven't. Well, before we get into spoiler thoughts, because I got a little too excited, as Harrison said earlier, we are going to take a quick break to talk about our sponsors. On today's episode, we are sponsored by Anchor. It is a free podcast hosting service that we actually use. We've been using Anchor since we've started the podcast. It's because there are creation tools that allow us to record and edit the podcast right from our phones and computers. A huge plus for us is that Anchor would distribute our podcast to all platforms such as Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and many more. It really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one spot. Please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, anchor.fm to get started. Oh my gosh, and we're back. That was quick. Water
Cooled
break.
Off, chill. Stanley Cup.
Just kidding. It's actually pretty cold where we're at, so. Well, let's get right into it. Harrison, how did you feel? So basically, let's talk about the Misfit class, which is what Iruma and his like friends are in, and his classmates. How did you feel about that whole like Misfit class getting their what was it called? Their Royal One class?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Iruma's like evil cycle.
So okay,
arc.
it made sense because they kind of alluded. They show more why, because in the end of season 1, he just woke up right in his evil cycle, and you were confused. And this one, they explained why it happens, and Alacred essentially just he's like, yeah, he wants to understand demons more. Here, let's go.
Yeah.
And he just became so cool. Like he was
a menace.
He's a menace. Like, oh my gosh.
And did you notice that his hair color changed?
Yes.
It was like more purple tinted than blue. Yeah.
Yep.
And so his eyes too, kind of like, it wasn't like that round, like boyish look anymore.
Yeah, it was. He just looked. His character model just got so like it just became so cool. And then it was funny how everyone else like just he had like a presence. He already had like a friendly like demeanor to like get people to like him already. While here it's like, oh, people will like follow him, no problem.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was cool. I like how the first part, essentially the first part of the arc was, or the season was just getting to class and how they got it, and essentially it makes you feel like if Iruma was to be like the Demon King, this would be his like.
This would be how he would act,
and how like how he would act, but all his classmates would be a part of like
him.
would be like his like elite something, you know.
Oh yeah. Was there any interaction or favorite scenes from when he was in his evil cycle?
Let me see. I think it was him.
I had one.
Him with what's her? I can't say her name. Also, Amiri. Yeah.
Yeah. Best girl.
He just comes in. And it's like, it's just
pushes.
Slams. What's that phrase? It's called something. I forget. Like essentially, he slams his hand against the wall, her chair, and it's like next to her face, and just made her flustered.
She was surprised. Yeah. She was flustered.
Yeah, it was so funny.
That was so funny.
But it's funny because now no one really questions that he had an evil cycle. He's a demon because he had an evil cycle, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh shoot, he's just going through his evil cycle. Like nothing's weird.
So, AKA puberty.
AKA
evil cycle puberty.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And it was so funny because the teacher, especially the misfit class teacher, what's his name?
Caligo?
Yeah. He was just like, oh, you're still a menace. My second favorite scene was like, you want this classroom, so you're gonna have to work for it. And then like Iruma, he like did sort of in a way. And then
he had a twist. He had like a twist of like,
he did.
Oh no, they thought so they had to get signatures, right, to get the class, like get approval from everyone, and
to use the classroom.
Yeah, because it's like,
and it's like this like high class like gold building.
It's the one that was locked away.
Luxury. Yeah.
But
luxurious.
Caligo was like, no, oh, he twisted. He's like, oh, I meant not just all the faculty, but like, or not just like when he says faculty, he's not just saying teachers. He meant like everyone. Like the cooks, the janitors, like everyone. But then of course they did, because they like Iruma when he's like good boy.
He's a good boy. Yeah.
Okay. It's not really. It's one of my favorite moments. But it's just always funny how they bring it back up. Sullivan.
No.
I love Sullivan when he goes chibi mode, and it's funny.
Oh my god, his chibi mode is so cute.
But it's just hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, I want Iruma to be a good boy again. What happened?
Where's my good grandson?
So
did you like the backstory of the Demon King?
Dude.
That was interesting, right?
We
got a glimpse of like that little backstory.
Because they address it after. Essentially, like the top three is like Sullivan and like the two others. I forget.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
I forgot their names.
But they're like the oldest ones. But like they always question why Sullivan isn't like, or they question why none of them would be Demon King.
Being Demon King.
And they always kept saying Sullivan could be. So, and it shows how long like he actually served under the Demon King. I was like, that makes sense why he won't do it to some extent.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what? Do you have like a favorite character or characters?
Okay.
Like favorite. Say top 3. Let's go top 3.
We
gotta go top 3 here.
Top 3. Oh shit. Man, I think. Out of the class, okay, I'm making it easy for myself.
Okay.
Out of the class,
are you gonna like section it off?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I think out of the class, my favorite character to follow is Asmodeus. Alice.
Oh yes.
I think he's.
Alice.
I think he's funny, and I think I vibed with him. I snapped you.
You do vibe with him
when he has like a fear of.
He's a fish phobia.
Which isn't exactly what I have, but also kind of. And I was just like, damn, bro, I feel you. Holy shit. I think my rising supporting character that I like is Alacred.
Yes. Yeah. The answer to that is yes.
And dude, okay, this is where it's spoilery, but it's not confirmed yet. The voice actor is the same for
oh yeah.
Well, because they showed it. So if you watch this season, you see the Demon King, you hear his voice, you're like, wait, hold on, why does he sound familiar? So I think that is. I'm curious if that's the case, because then that would make sense.
Yeah, it would. I mean, they still haven't said anything.
They haven't said anything, but I can see watching anime that'd be kind of weird. But
little be suspicious. Yeah, a little sus.
And then my other favorite rising one from this season is the professor, Balam.
He's
so funny. Holy shit. But yeah, those are my favorites right now, if anything.
Ooh. Look at you.
Look at me. What about you?
Clara. Number one.
Okay.
Her chaotic
energy.
Vibes. And her family is just like, oh my god.
Her family is so
Did you know that the voice actor for Clara voice acted her whole family?
No, I did. Oh,
yeah.
No, I did not.
Even the mom.
That makes sense.
Same voice actor.
I had a feeling of that one. I didn't know about the kids, but now I'm like,
no, the kids.
All the siblings. Damn.
Yeah, all the siblings.
That's cool.
And it's so funny. I saw this meme, and because there's just like kind of like Iruma's like, you know, who do we ship? We'll talk about who we're shipping next. But like they were talking about Clara and Iruma, and people were like, if Clara grows up to look like her mom, Iruma's in trouble. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But for now, she's just cute. Zero sex appeal.
No. She had like what, 16 or
like
15%?
16%?
Some low, under 20, I remember, like 15.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or 13?
I'm throwing numbers out at this point. I don't know.
But yeah, Clara's my favorite. I also I love chibi version of Sullivan. That's probably like
same
my favorite. But if I didn't have him in chibi mode, then I would replace him with Susie, which was one of the teachers. She was the cute,
she's the
blonde one.
Yeah.
And my third one is Oprah. I think that's how it is. Oprah.
Oh, the
butler.
The butler.
Sullivan's butler.
He's
a savage.
He's absolutely
savage.
He's
such a savage.
Okay, for those that actually know Veronica that well, then all her favorites match up.
Yeah.
With her personality, like 100%.
With my personality. Oh my god. But I think a close third would be Balam.
Balam's just funny. I think he's just like
so funny. He's such a sweet teacher.
Yeah.
I think to Iruma. Yeah. It's just so sweet.
Yeah. But it's just so funny how like his appearance otherwise doesn't
scare anyone really. No. But yeah, and then they go outside of the school, which was like Walter Park, which is like basically the second half.
Because that's like the last part, I would say.
Yeah,
I'd say the last, because I feel like there was a big focus on the. Actually, maybe you're right. Maybe it's just two parts. Because the last, I guess, just two parts. No, yeah, because they get to class and then they have to study for exams, and that's how we get introduced to Balam, because he makes children books. And that made it easy for Iruma to like understand demon like history, demonology.
Oh yeah, and like the language too, because he was failing school.
He was failing everything. Yeah, he
was failing everything.
Which I think is a nice change of pace. If this is an actual isekai, then Iruma has like no powers.
Yeah.
Actually, this could be the trend too. I don't know anymore. I don't watch that much.
But yeah, that like part in between the first two acts, it was just Iruma kind of like studying. Mm-hmm. Getting help from everyone like Alice and Clara and which I thought was really cute because that's technically like a little training arc essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after that, outside the school was like the Walter Park like arc. So they went to this park.
It's essentially Disney World for them.
It was Disney. Yeah, it's Disney World for them. It was just, did you like any parts out of that, the Walter Park? Please. Oh, there's just one scene that was just so funny. I hope you say it.
Dude, it's all, oh my gosh. What's the scene you think? Because I'm having a blank. If it's the one scene.
Yeah, it's that one scene where they're watching the people like on the, was it on the carts or whatever? And then that guy starts singing. What's his name? I forget his name.
I forget this. It's their senpai, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that?
But yeah, that's part of my favorite.
Wait, I don't remember that part all of a sudden.
Oh.
I know he had like a whole section of like him just taking them around.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then what's his name? I forget his name.
No, my favorite part is where that sleepy guy, Pierre, I forget, Agaris or something like that.
Agaris?
Yeah,
Agaris.
This is just like the biggest like wow moment was like he's always sleepy, and I think they just baited you. His face mask, he blinked, right? He blinks in that one, but then they take it off and he's like crazy beautiful, and it's funny cute. Because like that senpai guy was like, oh no, he's too good looking, and I'm like, oh god, he's hot.
Oh no! And like, he like starts sparkling too.
And he's like, leave me alone.
He's like, I just want to sleep.
I think that was just like the one part that I remember the most because it was just I did not expect it.
Oh, that's his name.
Ronove. Yeah. Lumiere.
Yeah.
Because his dad's Roosevelt.
Yes. I thought that whole thing was like hilarious.
Yes. Did you expect the twist with the park attendants?
Oh no, I didn't.
They kept talking about like the top assassin group, or not, but like bad group or something, bad gang. But they
were like prisoners beneath the park, essentially.
They were out already though.
Or they're out?
Yeah. They're just helping Kiryu escape.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But they were already out, but they were trying to help him get out.
I didn't expect him to like be back.
Me neither. But it makes sense if he's like under a ball.
Yeah.
All right, sure, whatever.
Yeah. But Harrison, who do you ship?
100% Iruma and Emeri. Emeri?
Me too. Yeah, Emeri.
I know some people like. I know they try to push it for like Clara and Iruma.
I think she's just too.
She's like a sister.
Cute and like sister sibling love.
But
no, I agree.
Yeah. Some people like that. But no, I think Emeri is just like funny to watch, and I think it's just I think you get to see they push the relationship more, and you get to see it develop, and it's just really cool. Especially in this season, like oh my gosh,
there was a lot of scenes of them together.
Yeah, but I think even their date when she shows her power,
the dream date,
the dream date. It's I think I like them. You said
I like them too.
Yeah. There's no arguments.
I love it. No, there's no arguments. I love it when Iruma was carrying her out. From their dream date.
She's like, take me up a few more floors. What?
Yeah. He's like, what?
I mean, not that he has issues, but it's just like, huh?
Yeah.
No, I think I think the most fun what I had most fun watching on this one though was just seeing the park part or the Walter Park section, so it doesn't sound weird.
Walt Disney World.
But it's like seeing each classmate have to deal with kind
of their own issues, really.
Kind of the big three monsters is what I'm thinking of, like and
yes.
how this is where I was like, okay, this is the Boku no Hero part where they kind of showcase the other classmates a little bit more and give really some backstory, right? Some, but not too much. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was fun.
No, yeah, I agree.
So. Did you like the first or second half more?
I like the second half a little bit more. The first half was a little slow for me.
Yeah.
Just because you know how season 1 ended? I thought they'd go straight into 2 like that. But they kind of slowly pushed the idea of like evil cycle Iruma.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like too much because I just wanted to like get to it. But I guess the flow of things, it worked out.
It just made more sense.
Yeah, and it made more sense. It worked out in this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like season 2 more because it's more fast paced. Like there's more action to it. And there was a lot more like reviews, I think, of like Iruma and like because he's more curious about being a demon king now, especially because we're ending
with
season
living
2
in
that
the demon
way.
world, and they do show that. They do show how over time he's like getting accustomed to all this stuff, but then he'll have the quick realization that he's like, wait, I'm in the demon world.
He's
wait,
like in a demon world.
I should go back home. And he thinks about what he used to have to deal with, and he's like, no, this is actually way better.
His parents are shit, by the way. Shit.
They don't. And the funny part is they don't really make them sound like they're terrible. Like the voice and how they talk and how they appear doesn't look. It's not the typical like they don't look like the terrible looking parents, but their actions are just absolutely terrible.
But they are. Yeah. How about you, Harrison? Did you like first half or second half?
I think I liked the first half a little bit. Again, not that much. Like it's
pretty equal.
Pretty equal.
Yeah.
But I think I had more fun seeing the school aspect of stuff. Just seeing how Iruma had to deal with school in a sense. Yeah. And that was, again, I think that's, and I may be remembering wrong. It doesn't feel like they have to study a lot. It always just feels like they are at school and then things happen at school. But this is like, dealing with exams. I think it's just fun to see how they react.
How they freak out.
Yes. Oops. Drop that.
And then, so let's talk about the final bomb of season 2, which is that they're supposed to be at a rank 4 before they start year 2.
Oh, that's right.
Which I found interesting because rank 4 is what you're supposed to be at when you graduate school.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Something crazy like that.
Yeah. The expectation was weird. And is that because it was because they were the misfit class, or?
I think it's because of the room, because they got that.
Oh, because they
classroom.
specifically are in that room. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah. Overall, it was a fun watch.
Yep.
It was good to rewatch everything. I'm sure you had fun watching it the first time. In the right order.
Yes. Oops.
Is there anything? So I've only seen the first 4 episodes of season 3.
Okay.
And I know you're gonna wait for it because it's, as of recording, it's gonna end in about 2 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks. But is there anything that you're excited for? You just want to see more? Curious about?
I guess I just want to see more, because now Iruma's interested in the Demon King, like just the title and everything, and how he wants to do that. So I'm interested in how that's gonna go. So just to see how much more of a drive, because the whole thing that they kept driving was having a drive.
Yeah.
So, or what his goals are and all that. So that's been interesting.
Yes, it has. No, I think I've heard 3 is very good.
Okay.
So we'll see. Yeah.
Guess we'll see.
We will see. But yeah, do you have any other closing thoughts?
No.
Anything else? Not. We both recommend this series anyway.
Yes, 100%. So, I love this. It's been a fun watch.
No. Finally, you watch it. It just took you a while.
I'm not gonna say anything.
It's okay. At least you're watching it now. Yeah. But thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo. Logos above Harrison's head. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button and the notification bell to get updates for when we upload. Almost messed that up. And subscribe. Big red button below me. Notification below me. Like button below me. Not the dislike. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. Let us know how we're doing. What do you want to see next? What do you want us to review, watch, play, apparently? Read. What do you want Harrison to read after One Piece? You let us know.
Damn. Doing me dirty like that.
Oh, yes, I am. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.